Hey there again, TikTakers! We know you like discovering new things about the human body, as well as syndromes and disorders which can affect us. So today we want to talk about Asperger Syndrome. Surely many of you have heard about it. This disorder has been studied pretty thoroughly in recent years, and more people are being diagnosed with this syndrome each year. However, do you know exactly what are the symptoms of Asperger Syndrome? This syndrome is a disorder which affects the development of neurons in the brain. Basically, the brain of someone who suffers from Asperger syndrome works differently than a normal brain, especially in everything related to social interaction and communication. In practice, those who suffer from this syndrome struggle with understanding gestures, facial expressions, and subtle messages we express through nonverbal communication. And they can talk coherently about a topic for a long time, but have issues recognizing when the conversation has ended. They also tend to be very literal and kind of struggle understanding things that other people can understand much more easily, such as jokes and sarcasm. For more than one, Sheldon Cooper from The Big Bang Theory comes to mind. This disorder received this name because in 1943, an Austrian physicist named Hans Asperger published a report where he talked about children with normal intelligence and language development, but who struggled interacting and communicating socially. And so, tiktakers, people who suffer from Asperger syndrome, usually have fluent speech and can have a normal and even a superior intellectual capacity. That is the main difference they have with people who suffer from autism. And throughout the years, it has been debated whether Asperger syndrome should be classified among the other disorders in the autism spectrum. Although nowadays it is much more accepted to classify it as so. Either way, this is something that it's being studied constantly, and what's important is to identify each syndrome correctly so that the right diagnosis can be done beforehand, and people can receive the proper attention they need. Surely, many of you are asking yourselves how people with Asperger syndrome actually socialize. And well, it is complicated, TikTakers, especially because it's difficult for them to understand and apply many unwritten social rules we all follow almost automatically. Because of that, they can sometimes behave inappropriately, even if they don't mean to bother anyone. They usually do want to socialize and connect with others, but struggle doing so. Their difficulty in perceiving emotions and expressions in other people sometimes gives the impression that they don't want to connect with others, but the truth is that they either struggle recognizing them or are unable to. The same thing happens with their own feelings, where many times they don't find the right way to express them, and so we get the impression that they are overreacting. After many years of study, it is believed that the way of thinking of someone who suffers from Asperger syndrome is particularly rigid. They are usually good in mechanical and repetitive activities, but have difficulties with tasks which require more flexibility or where they have to find alternative solutions to problems. Routines tend to help them find a good balance, and their tastes tend to be very specific. They also tend to obsess about a particular topic, a way of moving, or a particular expression. Moreover, particular noises, lights, or smells can be annoying to them, especially when they're intense or unexpected. What we can do with all this information, TikTakers, is trying to put ourselves in the shoes of those who suffer from this syndrome. And with empathy and understanding, we can make socialization easier for them. By using direct language and explaining things which seem obvious to us, we can make it easier for them to interact and connect with us. And finally, we can also ask them directly what are the best ways to help them out. So, if any of you suffers from Asperger syndrome, you have our full support. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like it. And if you want to see more Draw My Life videos, subscribe to our channel. See you in the next episode!